This is Harwan by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. When it's called Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harakakodash, Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, Nagwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Yeah, man. Had a dream this morning, and I was going through some scriptures again in my dream, and in my dream, it was like a voice speaking with me. I don't know, it wasn't a voice, but it was like just I don't know what you would call it. But these are scriptures that came up, so I just want to go through them, all right? Because I woke up with these same scriptures in my mind, all right? Isaiah 48:9, it says, "For my name's sake will I defer mine anger, and for my praise will I refrain for thee, that I cut thee not off," all right? And the Lord's not going to cut off the children or the elect, and ultimately all of Israel. He's not going to cut us off as a nation, all right? And in these times to come, he's ultimately not going to destroy all of Israel, but only a remnant will be saved. Let me get something real quick. This is Amos 9 and 10. All right. Amos 9 and 8. "Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord." All right. So the Lord is going to do what? "For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations." And that sift is happening. The spirit of truth is the sift. Doing this work is the sift. All right. The scriptures say those that look back are not fit for the kingdom. You know, they're off in doctrine. All right. And also, if they look back and they stop teaching, or if they're going off in doctrine, they're not giving out the proper vibration. All right. Or if they're worshiping idols or praising the wrong name. Right. All this stuff matters. So now it says here, that's the sift. All right. They're being sifted in or sifted out. Just like you would sift through grain, or you would sift through dirt for gold. All right. Now it says here, "For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve," man. Just like you're sifting for corn. All right. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All right. "All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say that evil shall not overtake nor prevent us." You're seeing that's happening to a lot of scoffers. All right. The Lord is already sending out his judgment. But then you got some brothers that's dying in the truth on the other hand. And you have brothers having dreams about those same brothers, and they're saying they're being perfected. But then you got scoffers on the other hand, just getting destroyed, man, and carrying an ill name with them after their passing. So the Lord is sifting in that way as well. All right. So all the sinners of his people are being cut off by destruction, being destroyed, especially by the judgment that's coming. All right, because the hour of temptation and the trials that are coming, man, only the elect are going to make it through that. In faith. All right, even if they die during those times, they're going to be risen up in the last days. All right. Romans 9:26. So, let me get where I was at. Here you go. 27. "Isaiah also cried concerning Israel, though the number of Israel, the children of Israel, be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved." All right. So the Lord kept his promise to Abraham, and he made the children of Israel. After Jacob, his name was changed to Israel. He had 12 children, and they had children, so on and so on. That's how we're here today. as the sand of the sea. But only a remnant going to be saved, 144,000 in a small multitude, all right, 1/3. All right, so let me get this. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness, because of a short work will the Lord make upon the earth. It seems like a long time to us, but it's short to the Most High. 1,000 years is a day to the Lord. All right, and it hasn't been that long. All right, this is Isaiah 48:9. For my name's sake will I defer mine anger. For my praise will I refrain for thee. So he's going to refrain his anger from the children of Israel so he can have praise upon the earth. All right, that's what it's about. We gotta even be worthy of praising him. We're not even worthy of that. But we're going to be made worthy once the Lord puts the spirit of Yahushua, or he already gave us the spirit of truth, but put his laws in our inward part and make us perfect. All right. Behold, I have refined thee. See, and we're beholding that right now. We're being refined. The word refined means to be tested or proved. All right. And his word, there you go. Let me get this. This is Psalms 12:6. The words of Yahweh are pure words, man. So if his word dwells within us, that's the spirit of Yahweh Shai within us. He is the word, the living word. All right, from Yahweh, the first spirit ever created from Yahweh. All right. He's like a glass that he poured his wisdom into first, and that cup pours into our cups. The words of Yahweh are pure words. All right, that's what the Holy Spirit, and when it says it's pure as crystal, that's what it's talking about. Pure words, man. Plain. When it says pure, it means just plain words, man. Straightforward to the truth. As silver tried in the furnace of earth, purified 7 times, man, meaning completely. And now these are the last times where his word is going to be tried. If his word dwells within us, then that's what he said, what? Isaiah 48:10. Behold, I have tried thee, or refined thee. All right, so we're being tried in these times, having that spirit within us and through faith. All right, just like Daniel was tried, just like Jeremiah, Habakkuk, Ezekiel, Elijah, Elisha, Moses, Samuel, King David, Solomon, all the holy prophets and kings, the priests, they were tried because having the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua within them, the spirit of truth within them. And now we're going to be tried having that spirit within us. It's going to purify us in faith, showing us that nothing can divide us from the Lord. All right, so here you go. Behold, I have refined thee, or tried thee, or tested thee, or proved thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. All right, so when you refine gold, you use silver as a purifier. But now he said what? He's chosen us in the furnace of affliction, man. All right, so with that affliction, that's what you're using to purify us. All right, because yeah, man, this is hell for the elect. This is hell for the children of Israel. And that's why the scriptures say, set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that are done in the midst thereof. And the focus would be what? Sighing and crying for the things we see, all the wickedness we see out here. And that mark is the mark of Tawah, which means exemption from the judgment that's coming. All right. So now it says here, that word there for affliction, it would be depression, misery, poverty. All right. And that's what we're in, poverty. Affliction, especially when you come into this truth, man, you wind up having to separate from this world. All right. See, this is hell for us, man. This is a depression, a misery, a mourning, right? Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. See, we're going to rejoice, and ultimately the other nations are going to rejoice after they get some level or form of living, and when they're taught the laws from the children of Israel. All right. It says, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. See that? And the wicked are bearing rule right now, and we're in mourning. You know, in a depressed state as a nation. But it's also to try our faith, especially when you step into this truth. Here you go. This is Matthew's 5:9, and it shows more that the elect or the children of Israel are the children of the Most High, but it starts with the elect. Matthew's 5:9. I'll start from 8. Blessed are the pure in heart. See that? For they shall see Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. They're going to see Yahushua. The pure in heart, they're going to see Yahweh and Yahushua when he returns. Just like Job said, he said, I know that my Redeemer liveth, and he shall stand upon the earth in these last days, and I shall see him with these eyes and not another. All right. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Man. All right. Why? Because you pulled away from this world and you desire a new heaven and a new earth where it dwells righteousness. And we're hastening to that by doing his work. All right. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you in these them times, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake. And that's a blessing for people to persecute you and demonize you, as they're doing in the media and a lot of these false camps and fake brethren do. They demonize you or your family members. And it's a blessing when they do it for the Lord's name. You know, you're standing for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, all right, in the name of Yahushua, and people come against you, they really coming against the Lord. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. All right, so this is Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Man, there's many that have gone the wrong way. It's only one door to the Father, and that's through Yahushua, and walking the road that he walked, and bearing our cross. That's what it means to bear our cross, is to step out and do the work. All right, and to go against the society in the spirit, just like he told the 7 churches of Asia Minor they needed to do. All right, he wanted them to bear fruit. So now, and to be afflicted. All right, for his name, so they can be blessed. So where was that? So that's the straight gate. Let me get this. All right, Matthew 7:14. The word straight represents what? Narrow, or obstacles standing close about, man. You know, so they got dangers on every side. Let me get this. All right, this explains the straits right here. 2 Ezra 7:3. And I said, speak on, my power. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. Man, talking about the kingdom. But put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river. Right, narrow and like a river that's moving towards the kingdom, like time, and it's narrow, and the way was made narrow since the time of Adam. All right, when he transgressed, you can read the rest of this chapter and break that down. All right, so this is a dangerous place for us. We can fall easily, but through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, we're going to be kept, that the least grain fall not upon the earth. All right, if they have the elect. 2nd Ezra 7:4. But put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river, man. So that's that narrow, straits, obstacles, man, in the way. You're going to be challenged, man. You know, when you see the obstacles approaching, the day approaching, and the dangers. But we're not to fear, all right? Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it, man? To be able to rule in the kingdom and to be able to look and see the salvation, deliverance. If he went not through the narrow, if you don't do the work, you know, and bear the affliction and the scoffers and all that. But he said that thy eyes shall see thy teacher. Putting ourselves out there, presenting our body as a living sacrifice. All right. If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? So how would he ever get there? There's no other way if they don't go through the river. And through the river, there's going to be all kind of bumps and bruises and hard turns, and the Most High controls the course of the river. All right, and just like the river, we build callous, we get tougher. You know, so it's to purify us as we use the word as our light to our path to the kingdom, and as our strength. All right, and to boost our faith. It says what? That's right, man. So there's also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field and is full of all good things, man. Man, the kingdom, yeah. The entrance thereof is narrow. See, that's them straits. That's the way to the kingdom. Not going to these churches, not joining these celebrity camps like IUIC, where they all about money and fame. All right. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall. That's what he's talking about by the straits. That one could fall here. Like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. On one hand you could drown, the other hand you can burn. And you gotta walk that thin line. And it's so narrow that only one can go in there at. And that's why he say work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. One after the other. That deals with what? Order. All right, Isaiah 48:10. Behold, I have refined thee. See, the Lord is trying us right now to perfect us, and for us to be blessed and to make a separation. Because those that have entered into the house of mirth, they're going to be mourning in that day. And the ones that didn't want to call on the Lord. But the ones that have called on Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and stood for his name, he's going to stand for you in that day. All right? It says, but not with silver I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. All right, so he's choosing us in our captivity today. Choosing who he's going to deliver first, the first fruits. All right, who's going to be the first fruits into the kingdom. We get that. All right, so now 1 Corinthians 15:21. For since by man came death, by man came also the resurrection of the dead. All right, so through Adam we all died. All right, and the way was made narrow and a dangerous place to fall upon this earth when sin entered into the flesh through the mind of Adam, who was Yahushua, and through that same spirit we made to be perfect in these times to come, and to live forever, and to be resurrected from the dead, to never die, and to resurrect as a nation as well. But it says 23, but every man in his order, in his own order. See, that's that narrow way, the straits. Everybody got to go through it. No servant is greater than his master. Yahushua, the first fruit, right? Afterward, they that are Yahushua is at his coming. So, so first Yahushua, and then the ones after him, which would be the elect at his arrival when he shows up. So they're going to be there. The ones that stood with him back then and believed, they're going to be here today to receive that reward. Then cometh the end, right? When he shall have delivered up the kingdom to Yahweh, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. It says, for he must reign till he have put all enemies under his feet. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. So we're never going to die ever again. We're going to be perfect, righteous. All right? But that's what's happening right now. He's making us perfect. All right? So he said, let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be entire and wanting nothing, man. Want nothing from this place. Okay? Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, right? Because you're going to enter into that affliction. And a lot of people can't bear it. Once offenses, I think it's in Matthew, it said, once offenses come because of the word, they become unfruitful. They fall out the truth. Or the cares of this world begin to choke the word. And they become unfruitful. All right? Sirach, or they lose faith. In general, man. Sirach 2:2. So we got to prepare our soul for trials to be tried. Once you talk about approaching the Lord, you're going to be tried. We got to be tested. And we got to be made perfect. Set thy heart, because the Lord not going to look upon iniquity. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, be patient. So set your mind towards righteousness and constantly endure. Fight against the fire, man. And make not haste in time of trouble. All right, don't panic. Let's get that. All right. The word haste is a noun. It says hurrying, swiftness, urgency, violence. So don't be like the Black Panthers trying to fight your way out, to act quickly, to panic. All right, so the Lord said what? We're supposed to be patient with the Lord. Patiently waiting for the Lord, okay? And long suffering. And that also goes into fear, so we're not supposed to move in fear. All right, the fight or flight. Sirach 2:3. 3. Cleave unto him. So how do we cleave unto the Lord? By studying, cleaving unto Yahushua. That's how we cleave unto the Lord. And depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And that's what we're hoping for. At the end, to be increased. At the end of our affliction, to be increased, man. To be made perfect, made gods, kings. All right. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, man. We take it cheerfully. We're thankful to the Lord for chastening us as children that he loves. All right. All right. We take it cheerfully. This is a chastening. And that's what we're thankful for, because that means the Lord is receiving us. If he's chastening us and purifying us with the truth in this wicked society, where we got to shine our lights and to resist and fight against darkness. Hebrews 12:6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, man, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. All right. If ye endure chastening, see if we can endure it. That's why he told us to endure, to long suffer, and to be patient in these times that we're in and coming into. Yahweh, if you endure that chastening and stay in belief and faith, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons, man. All right, so we're all being afflicted right now. But only the strong gonna survive. People like Tazariak, he didn't make the cut, as you can see already, of IUPK. These scoffers and these scorners, people that you've taught next to and they've looked back, that you've taught with and spoke with at the Passovers, and next thing you know, they just turn back to the world. That's why we pray to the Father to have mercy upon us and take not His Holy Spirit from us. All right, you know, people come into this truth and they build a character, and instead of building in the wisdom, you know, they get all these fancy garments and this character is about them, instead of getting fancy in the wisdom and grow some character in the spirit of truth. That's what the Lord is building, character right now. It's character building through the affliction and the adversity and the chastening. All right. So it says here, but if ye be with, there you go, that's right. But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then ye are bastards and not sons, man. All right, where was that? It says, for whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, man. Just like your child, if you have to whoop him, you don't want your child to hate you. You know, you hate the Lord, he's going to destroy you. And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. And we've been changed to this lower state. And it's going to get worse. You know, those that don't get the MOTB, basically going to be like a bum out here. You know, they're going to try to reduce everybody to a real low degree. Even to the point of maybe concentration camps. But the Lord said, what? Don't move in haste. Don't go crazy. You know, or move in fear when that time comes. The Lord said He's going to protect His elect. He's going to step in and intervene. And what a beautiful time that's going to be, man. We see that first glimpse of the Lord really like showing a miracle in front of you. Man, listen. And we've seen a lot of miracles already. It's a miracle, us being in this truth, us being alive. Us being alive today shows proof that Yahweh Shai exists. If He didn't do what He did on the cross, we'd be destroyed. We'd still be asleep, set up for the judgment day. And the Lord would just make everybody over. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So to be accepted, that's what we're being tried in the furnace of adversity and in affliction. All right, adversity is a condition of misfortune, man. All right, and that's what everybody's about to lose: money, houses, family, friends. You lose all that especially once you step into this truth, and when the Lord brings His judgment, everything's gonna be dissolved. And this place is, He's gonna bring this place down. Like He brought down Rome. You have the economy crashing. What does that bring? Civil unrest. And you got this whole nation going against. They're pushing out lies and going against the truth. All right. So adversity means calamity, hostility, wickedness. Once you go through that, people being wicked towards you and hostile, turned against, you know, opposition. So the Lord has chosen us and accepted. For gold is tried. We're being tried, refined, all right, tested, in the fire of affliction, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. All right, so we're being tried in the fire of affliction, as I read earlier in Isaiah 48, and also acceptable men in the furnace of the adversity. That's that fire and the war on one hand and the water on the other. Believe in Him, and He will help thee order thy way aright. That means down that straight and narrow path. And trust in Him. All right, so we trust in the Lord, Yahweh, by His name, and His Son, Yahweh Shai. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for His mercy. See, Proverbs says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And by choosing knowledge, by choosing the fear of the Lord, you're choosing the knowledge of the Lord. All right. But the Lord said, what? Those that have rejected knowledge, he shall also reject thee. They're choosing not to fear him. Wait for his mercy, all right? And his mercy deals with grace, giving a reward to someone, a gift, even though we don't deserve it. That's mercy. And go not aside lest ye fall. There you go. There go that word fall again. Fall on the right, fall to the left. A dangerous place to fall. But he said, shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. And you don't want to fall out the truth. Ye that fear the Lord, right? And wait for his mercy and go not aside, man. Don't go to the left or to the right. You can drown or you're going to burn, either one. All right. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail, man. Reward is salvation and the crown from the Lord to be made perfect. But right now, he's perfecting our spirit in the faith. All right. Especially in the times to come. So we look for it, like on the movie 300. They were excited about the battle. He said, our arrows shall blot out the sun. He said, we shall fight in the shade. And he was excited. And the other guy looked at him and he said, yo, y'all are crazy, man. You know? But scripture say we're fools for Yahweh's sake. We love it. To be persecuted for the Lord, who's going to make us perfect someday. All right, so ye that fear the Lord, hope for good. So hope for it. You know, don't just, hope for good, man. Know that the Lord is merciful and long-suffering. So hope for good and everlasting joy and mercy. So that's what we're supposed to hope for. Everlasting joy, meaning forever. And mercy, man. So we hope for good from the Lord. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? All right. Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? And you can look in the history books and in the scriptures, and you'll see that the Lord never despised any of the ones that called upon him, because they're all back here today to be delivered as they've been delivered many times before. All right. But this is the last deliverance. The last time his word is going to be tried in the furnace of adversity through us. His word is being tried upon the earth through his elect. All right, we say hopeful elect, but you get my point. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy and long suffering, right? That's just like that Jake that said, Lord, I've hid your money because I knew that you were an austere man. But the Lord like, yo, you ain't know that he's full of compassion and mercy and long suffering and very pitiful and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. So why would you hide the talent? Why would you hide that fruit that the Lord gave you, the wisdom? We should know that the Lord has a reward for his servants. Woe be to fearful hearts, man. Those are the ones that move in haste, that are fearful. And faint hands, man. Faint hands that don't want to do the work. They faint. And they're faint and holding on to their belief. They become weak. And the sinner that goeth two ways, man. All right? One foot in, one foot out. Man. Especially the ones that claim to be in the truth. And they get their 501c3 charter, or they get a job and they stop showing up to camp, or they get a woman and they stop showing up to camp, or they start just getting money and they stop doing the work. That's that 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They're going two ways, or they get the, like Tazariak, go with the mandate. That's two ways, man. You're either going to have faith or you're not. These are the times that'll show your faith. You know, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. So when the Lord really shows up, he's not going to defend those people that doubt the Lord, man. Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will you do when the Lord shall visit you?